No, you got it right. Today we have a sort of special episode because we're taking a look at Pop Mart's Golden Vinyl Goose, a full set of the Labubu Macaron series. Talking about the case first, the chosen color scheme is both pleasing in aesthetic and adorable in theme. Pastel colors are present all around the box, with the notable panels being both the display card and the Labubus you can pull in the case. Opening it up is easy, as you have to take out the plastic wrap, cut the seal at the front of the box, fold the display card, and then tear the sides to reveal the goodies inside. You'll then be greeted by 6 Labubus still in their boxes, neatly arranged inside. Taking one out for a look, and the aesthetic of an individual box is largely the same, with the only differences being in the art and the item catalog, which now reveals a special secret Labubu that has a chance to appear inside aside from the standard 6. Opening the box is easy and straightforward, as the top has a tab for you to fold and rip open, allowing you to easily access the insides, which are the bag of the Labubu itself, as well as an ID card if you're impatient and don't like surprises. Here's a closer look at the card, which has the same feel as the box itself, with a picture of the Labubu on one side and its name on the other. There's a slit at the top of the bag allowing for an easy open to reach the Labubu inside. We'll be using this as our control sample to take a closer look at. And honestly, I'm really impressed with the quality here. The fur is softer than I expected, and the stuffing is just the right amount of being both squishy and firm. The vinyl is nice to the touch, and the painted-in details include the blush-on, the teeth, and the eyes, which have a plastic lens over the pupils. Other vinyl pieces on the Labubu are both hands and feet. Fast forward and opening the full set, we get our 6 Labubus out and breathing. The ones in our case were sesame bean, secret chestnut, lychee berry, soy milk, green grape, and sea salt coconut. Although mostly similar in looks, the only defining feature they have aside from fur colors seems to be their noses and a very slight difference in their stuffing and size. Although I'm not too sure on that last one, but lychee berry and soy milk did feel a bit puffier than the others. And again, each Labubu comes with their own ID card, which has no other purpose other than authenticity. But the hole between each of the card's ears suggests that you could put a string through them for a keychain. Personally though, I prefer the plastic card that Series 2 uses, and I'd rather keep them in a binder. Also, something else to note is that Secret Chestnut not only has the ID card, but also some macaroons and a string to tie it all together. Further inspections and comparisons with Secret Chestnut to its peers shows that Secret Chestnut has a bright red nose and freckles which the others don't have. Also, its fur feels softer, but that might be the placebo taking over. Posability for each Labubu is similar all around and actually surprising, but a welcome one. You have a head on a swivel, arms on what seems to be a sort of wire allowing for forward movement, and the ankles also have swivels that you can spin around. For the sizes, the Labubus are larger than initially expected. Here it is next to the Amazing Red, Ironhide, Grimlock, Minifig, Nargacuga, and a Space Marine. Now, I'm willing to bet that just like my mother, you're thinking to yourselves right now, why didn't I make a couple shorts unboxing the case to squeeze out content for the channel? Okay, that might just be my mom, as most of you guys might be thinking why I'm making this video in the first place, since it does seem out of left field. Well, that's because it is. Mother knows that I have this channel and really wanted me to make a video on this, so I did. And this video's for her, so I hope you enjoy it so far. And also for a couple of reasons. First is because making unboxing shorts of these for content would be redundant, as there's thousands of those already, and the second is because I feel like reviewing these would allow me a better format to share my thoughts on these as a toy collector in a different flavor of the hobby. It's pretty clear that at the time of this recording, and admittedly I am really late to the Labubu train, that people are just getting into them because the rest of us have them. In fact, I did hate the designs at first look and didn't bother with them. But my mother really wanted one for herself, so I decided to get her a couple. And after having them for a good while and this whole box that she got for her birthday, I think it's safe to say that we were sold on them completely. Now, I don't knock on other people's interests, and I think that hating things can get extremely tiring no matter the topic. But I personally am not fond of the tag art toys or designer toys, since it feels like it detracts from the meaning of what it means to have a toy. It just feels inauthentic, when a toy is labeled as a designer item or an art toy to drive up its price and demand amongst its consumers. Labubus are another case in recent toy history, as their popularity went nuclear due to a couple of pop icons sharing their interest in them, thus sparking more demand to have one of your own. Which is totally fine, that's okay, because you can get what you get and you love what you love. But allow me to share some opinions from the perspective of someone who's been collecting toys for a while. Right off the bat, these things are a bit too steep in price, which may sound hypocritical of me. But as of the time that I bought my mother her first Labubu, I paid around $30 to $33 for a box, which is kind of insane for a blind box doll in my opinion. Yes, that would be due to the popularity of it, and I also did buy them from a reseller since getting them from the store was near impossible. But I feel that the price of entry is too high for what you get in the box, especially since the Crybaby series from the same store and is the same size almost cost around $19 to $20. Don't get me wrong, it's a really high quality doll. The fur is surprisingly soft, the vinyl is really nice to the touch, and the details are well applied for a product produced at such a massive scale. But let's be honest here, a major part of the price you're paying for isn't only for the doll inside, but for the experience that comes with it. And honestly, it sucks to admit that I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Just goes to show that Pop Mart really knows how to play the game. I started collecting when I was in high school, only being able to afford the small things, and actually started off with blind bags, mostly of figures from Halo Mega Bloks and some from the LEGO minifig series, albeit very rarely. These Labubus are a very similar experience to those, reminiscent of my early days and joys of collecting, and honestly I really appreciated that. Hunting for a store that had them in stock, picking a box from the case hoping you'll pull them when you want, and of course, opening them to see what's inside. Now, do you need all of them? Obviously not. The only unique parts of each Labubu are the colors of their noses and fur. So really, a complete set would only appeal to you if you really are a completionist. But if you're like me and thinking that the price isn't worth it, then one or two would be absolutely fine as well. Again, I don't hate Labubus, but I don't love them either. They're just okay to me. But one thing I really did love was the fact that this toy turned out to be a bonding experience with me and my mother. In fact, it was her idea for me to make a video on this, and she helped film and set up a few of the shots here. Honestly speaking, I really wouldn't enjoy them as much as I do if it wasn't for her being so interested in them. And I kind of hope that it stops here. As it stands, we already have a full set of macaroons, and she doesn't like the fur from the Have a Seat series. So here's to hoping. And well. Looks like this might be my longest script yet, which is a shame, because I was kinda hoping that it would have been for a big dog.